Hey guys, I'm Kate and welcome. This is going to be a yoga conditioning class for your upper back to undo all of those hours you spend over your keyboard or over your device or over a stove or a kitchen sink or a cutting board or a saw or whatever it may be that you're hunched over. We're going to hit some muscle groups in your upper back to work your way into better posture and feeling better all around. So grab a strap if you've got it. A scarf or a belt works too. Find a spot or clear a spot near a wall because we're going to do one exercise at the wall and your mat. And that's it. And I'll see you in a few. Okay, so we're going to start in a comfortable seat. So get comfortable, whatever that means. You can sit cross-legged. You can sit on your heels. It doesn't matter. Just a couple of moments to gather. We're not going to spend a ton of time, but just a couple moments. So close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, and as you do, pull your shoulders up tight to your ears, like the most uncomfortable thing that you can do. And when you exhale, let them drop. And go for it again. Inhale, squeeze your shoulders tight up into your ears. Exhale, let them plop. One more. And drop them down. All right. And then while your eyes are still closed, take a moment to drop your right ear over your right shoulder. Lift your head up through center and drop your left ear over your left shoulder. Come up through center one more time. Right ear over your right shoulder and feel both shoulders soften down. Maybe take your right hand to the side of your head, right above your left ear, and give yourself a gentle pull. And then bring your hand to your lap, bring your head up through center, and take your ear over to the left. Again, relax through your shoulders. Maybe now your left hand comes to the side of your head, right above your right ear. Give yourself a little pull through that right side, just gently. All right, and then hand back to your lap, head back up through the middle, and open your eyes if they're still closed, and grab your strap. So from here, you're gonna take the strap and bring it, I don't know, like 2.5 or 3 feet apart, right? Give yourself enough room. So you wanna keep the arms straight here, right? So if you find in this exercise that your elbows bend, then just take your hands farther apart. It's no big deal. All right, so you're gonna inhale, take your arms, reach them up. And when you exhale, we're gonna bring them back and down. All right. Give yourself more room if you need to. Inhale, bring your arms back up through the middle, and exhale down in front. We're gonna do it again. Inhale, come on up, and exhale, back and down. And inhale up, and exhale forward. One more time. Bring it up. Arms nice and straight, back and down. Okay, inhale up. And exhale, bring your hands back down. All right, so now you're gonna bring your hands a little closer together, like 1.5 feet apart. I can't really tell, but that looks good. And then bring your arms up again. You're gonna pull your pinkies away from each other. So you wanna actively start to work the upper arms. And now you're gonna pull down through the left hand a little bit more. So you drag the right hand along with it. And keep both arms straight. And you wanna keep pulling with this left hand, but at the same time, you're gonna pull back with the right. So we're not completely loosey-goosey in that right arm, but make that right arm active too. And take a breath here. All right, then inhale, come up through the middle. I'm gonna do the same thing over to that right side. Drag down through the right arm. But keep the left arm resisting up. Fire up that left side tricep. All right, and then come on back up through the middle. And you're gonna bring your hands back down. And then from here, you can get rid of the strap. We're not really gonna use it again, so you can move it to the side. And then come on into table with your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. And we're gonna work maybe 3 rounds of cat and cow, just so we know what we're not gonna do next. All right, so when you inhale, arch your back and look up. And when you exhale, press the floor away round. And again, inhale, arch your back. And exhale around, pull your belly button back toward your spine. Press the upper back toward the ceiling. One more round, just like that. Inhale. Arch, thread your chest through the upper arms. And exhale and round. All right, and then come back to your neutral spine. All right, so we're gonna do something kind of similar to that, but from like your breast line down to your hips, you don't wanna move. So you don't wanna find this kind of action in your low back, right? You wanna keep that steady. So keep the core working. You're just gonna drop that space between your shoulder blades down. You know, start to squeeze the tips of your shoulder blades in and just feel that space soften. And then with the arms straight, you're gonna press into the floor and feel that space now in your upper back, right in the middle of your upper back. It's gonna push toward the ceiling. Keeping the arms straight, let your chest drop down. It's almost like it's an elevator. Shoulder blades start to squeeze in a little bit. And then press the floor away. Upper back's gonna dome toward the ceiling. And one more time, you're gonna drop that space between your shoulder blades. Feel it settle down a little bit. And then press the center of your upper back toward the ceiling. And that gets the muscles that you don't normally, that we don't normally use. It gets them to start to fire so they know that, you know, it's time to do some work. All right, so now we're just gonna walk the hands forward like 1.5 feet. Spread your fingers, press through the thumb side of your hands and press through the pinky side. Wrap your triceps in toward your ears and just drag your hips back. Just a little puppy pose with the hips sliding back a touch. Engage your abdominal muscles and feel where your shoulder blades can start to pull down your back, like you're plugging your upper arms a little deeper into the sockets. You can let your head hang. It's actually easier for me to access if I lift my head a little bit. You want to start to feel again that squeeze in the upper back, shoulder blades in, belly strong. All right, and then you're going to walk your hands back underneath. Come on up into table. Okay? So from here, we're going to take a half puppy. Let's do it. Actually, this is like a quarter puppy. I don't know. Right forearm's gonna come down in front of your chest. Walk the left hand forward. Pop up onto your fingertips. And again, you're just gonna drag the hips back. Tricep wraps toward your ear. Tops of the feet rooted down. And give your head a little shake. Just gonna give you a little stretch before we get to work. And then switch. Left forearm down and across in front of your chest. And walk the right hand out. Pop up onto your fingertips. Tricep wraps in, feel your chest drop down, but that upper arm stays lifted and engaged. Take another here. Take another what? Another breath. Take another breath here. And then walk your hands back underneath, just enough for a downward facing dog. Spread your fingers, tuck your toes, take it up and stretch it back. And let's not forget about the legs, so pedal out your feet. And just stretch into the backs of your legs for a moment. Yeah, okay, so now you're gonna come back through center and bend your knees so your hamstrings don't have to worry about working too much here. And you wanna spread the fingers, and again, you wanna press through the four corners of the palms, press through the fingernail pads, triceps wrap in toward your ears, and now see if you can really feel your arm bones draw into the sockets, shoulder blades hug into the back. And then these outer shoulder muscles, you want to start to think about them hugging down and then in. It's really kind of a subtle thing, but just working on finding awareness in the back body. All right? All right. And then we're going to slowly start to work to straighten the legs as you press forward and down through the hands. Keep your awareness around your shoulder blades. That's it. Then inhale, you're going to take your right leg, lift it up, stretch it back behind you. And when you exhale, gaze forward. You're going to step forward all the way up between your thumbs and help your foot along if you need to. Press down through your feet. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Again, the shoulder blades pull in. Full breath here. Squeeze those inner thighs. Then press into the floor. Come all the way up. Find your crescent lunge. Inhale, reach the arms. And when you exhale, you're going to bring the hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, and for just a moment, bend your elbows. We're gonna hug the elbows in toward each other, like you had an accordion back there, and you were trying to squeeze the accordion, right? And then you can work to straighten the arms, and then maybe lift the thumbs away from your glutes back there. Okay, we're gonna keep all of that and tilt your torso forward. Keep stretching back through the knuckles. Keep drawing your upper arms in toward each other, and we're gonna shift forward onto this right foot and come up into a little balance pose. Yes. Try to square off those hips. All right, we're gonna release the clasp of the arms, sweep them forward as you inhale. When you exhale, bend your elbows into cactus. Keep the tips of the shoulder blades working. Slowly now we're gonna come up to stand, wrap your left leg around your right, and take your left arm underneath your right for a little Garudasana. Find your eagle. So now we get to stretch a little bit into the upper back. Soften the tops of your shoulders. All right, warrior two is next. Ready? Press into that right foot. Unwrap yourself, step the left leg to the back of the mat, and just find your stance. Take a second here, right? Now you're gonna flip the arms. I'll flip around for you. You're gonna bring your arms forward like 45 degrees, right? Flip your palms toward the ceiling, and then suck your armpits back. Suck them in, right? Keep that. Flip your palms back toward the floor, and then bring the arms back into your warrior two. So that should give you a lot of action up here through your upper back. So now we're here. All right, keep that action through between those shoulder blades. Inhale, and when you exhale, you're gonna windmill this left hand down to the floor, pivot on the ball of your back foot, and just find a twist here. And instead of reaching with the arm, see if you can feel this right shoulder blade. That's gonna start to work the twist here. Drop back toward the wall behind you. Press through your left heel and work the twist with the shoulders. Inhale. When you exhale, right hand to the floor, step it back through plank. All right, knees, chest, chin. If you feel like a chaturanga, you can chaturanga all the way onto your belly. And when you get there, you're gonna untuck your toes, stretch back through your legs. All right, so we're gonna do a little gecko pose here. So walk the hands right out to the outer edges of your mat. Come up onto your fingertips. And you want to look at the elbows. You want to try to get the elbows over the wrists and the wrists in line with your shoulders. So everything's kind of like a nice 90-degree angle with the elbows. And then you're going to glue down through your legs, glue down through your pubic bone, press into your fingertips. Inhale, curl it up. And then you want to kind of loop these shoulder blades up and back. And that back motion is going to draw you up a little bit higher away from the mat. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower it down. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Press up, stretch back, and downward facing dog. Take a breath or two here. Shake out your head. All right, let's do the left side. Okay, take your left leg, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, I'm gonna step that foot up. Boom. Come up onto your fingertips, drop your hips, shoulder blades in the back. Take your gaze forward first and feel your feet on the floor. When you're ready, inhale, come on up, crescent lunge. Sink a little deeper into the hips. Keep working the legs. They're kind of secondary to us today, but keep working on them anyway. Draw the low belly in. Here we go. You're gonna take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers so your other pinky's on top. Bend the elbows, hug those puppies in toward each other. Then start to work down through the knuckles, spread through the collarbones, and then maybe you can lift the thumbs away from the back of that right thigh. Here we go. You're gonna tilt yourself forward, keep the core strong, keep the shoulder blades in your back. Uh-oh. It's not a class if Memphis doesn't go spaz on us. All right, you're gonna shift yourself forward. Shift, shift, shift. Find your balance on that left leg. That's it. All right, sweep the arms forward, inhale. And when you exhale, we're gonna bend those elbows back into cactus. And then come up to stand nice and easy. You're gonna wrap the right leg around the left, bend those knees, and then the right arm wraps underneath Garudasana here. You can let your elbows float. Squeeze the legs, squeeze your arms in. Okay guys, warrior two. Slowly press the floor away. Step it back. Vira two. Okay, so once you find your stance, bring those arms forward. About 45 degrees, right? Flip the palms and then suck the arm bones back into the sockets. Boop. Keep them there. Palms flip back toward the floor and then bring the arms once again into your Vira two. Take your gaze over that left hand and breathe. One more breath. And when you exhale, we're going to take this right hand down to the floor, all the way around to pivot on the ball of that right foot, and then sweep the left arm up. Again, you want to lead with this left shoulder, not the back of your left hand. Draw the low belly in and feel where this left shoulder can work to stack on top of the right. Sink a little deeper into the left knee. Inhale. And when you exhale, take your left hand onto the floor, step it back, knees, chest, chin. If you feel like a chaturanga and it feels safe, elbows in, shoulder heads back, lower all the way down. Untuck those toes, right? So you're gonna stretch back through your legs. And now we're gonna work something that you can do, you know, in the middle of a workout if you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be in the middle of a yoga practice, but it can also be kind of sprinkled in here. And sometimes if I'm feeling saucy, I get a little resistance band, like a loop, and put it over my forearms. But we're gonna do it without any props, right? So we're gonna bring the hands underneath your shoulders, legs plug in, start to curl the heads of the arm bones up. Okay, so now from here, we're just gonna peel up and do a little baby cobra. Stay rooted through your pubic bone and just float the hands. All right, then you're gonna bring the arms into cactus. Feel the elbows lift, feel the backs of your hands lift. Inhale, you're gonna reach your arms forward. Exhale, pull your elbows back. And when you get to the 90 degrees, see if you can squeeze the shoulder blades in and lift a little. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale, reach and squeeze and lift. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Reach it out. And then squeeze. Okay, make a pillow with the arms. Rest your forehead down and bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs. All right, drop your feet to the floor. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Come on up and stretch it back. Oh, downward facing dog. Okay, so now from here, you're gonna drop onto the left forearm, drop onto your right forearm, find your dolphin. So before we go super turbo into it, you wanna press into the thumbs and see if you can take this inner wrist here and press it gently toward the floor. It's gonna kind of curl down toward the floor. That helps to ignite those muscles on your back, right? And then maybe walk the feet in a little bit with the knees bent. You're gonna press from the fingertips all the way to the elbows, push into the forearms. Keep the arm bones in the sockets as much as you can as you gently draw your chest through the upper arms and towards your thighs. And shake your head a little bit. All right, just for fun, we're gonna take this left leg and lift it up. Keep pressing through your forearms, it's okay. Maybe roll out that left ankle. Then take your left foot down. Sweep the right leg up. Same thing. Keep pressing through the forearms, feel the shoulder blades in your back. Maybe roll out your ankle. All right, bring that right foot down. Then you're gonna walk the feet back a touch. Slide your shoulders forward over your elbows. And breathe here. Belly in. Yeah. Inhale. And then exhale. We're gonna lift into our dolphin. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dolphin. This is tiring. Stay with it. We got one more. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dolphin. Take another breath here. And then you're going to gaze forward. Press into the left hand. Press into the right hand. Regular old downward facing dog. Inhale. Find your plank. And then we're going to lower down. Knees, chest, chin. Chaturanga. I made my way too far forward. So I'm going to flip-flop myself back a little bit. Okay. Last time here. We're going to work on the upper back. Isn't that what we've been doing? Okay. Hands underneath. We're going to do the same kind of Superman pose. All right? Heads and arm bones lift. Legs plug down. Bring the arms into cactus. As you do that, the elbows lift up. Shoulder blades hug in. Lengthen your tailbone toward your heels and really try to anchor through your pubic bone. Backs of the hands lift. All right, sides of the neck stay long as you inhale. Reach your arms forward. Exhale, draw the elbows back, squeeze and maybe lift. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze. One more. Inhale, reach. Oh, let's do 5. And squeeze. 2 more after this. And squeeze. There's 4. Last one. I can't count for shit. All right. And squeeze and lift. All right, arms come underneath. Come onto one cheek. Bend your knees, windshield wiper your legs. Okay, hands underneath your shoulders. Gonna press up. And for just a second, slide your hips back to your heels. Maybe slide your arms alongside your body. Find a child's pose where the arms just plunk down toward the floor. And take a breath or 2 into this upper back, into the middle of the back. All right, so we're gonna get to the wall. And this is the end of it, but this is the hardest part. So we're gonna find your spot at the wall. And you wanna line your heels up to the wall, line your booty up, shoulders, back of your head, everything. So when we start moving, the tendency is to kind of do this. We're gonna like duck butt at the wall, but you wanna keep the low ribs plugged in, keep your tailbone lengthening, and keep yourself really true to being at the wall. If that means that your movement is restricted, then that means your movement's restricted and that's how far you go. Whatever. It's about building muscle intelligently, right? Not kind of cheating our way into looking more badass, okay? So you're gonna bend your elbows, bring your elbows to the wall, bring the backs of the wrists, the back of the fingernails to the wall. Okay, so already I've started to do this. So you're gonna tuck your low ribs in, lengthen your tailbone, and we're gonna move these arms, right? So keeping the backs of your hands, the fingernails, elbows, everything glued to the wall. You're gonna inhale slowly, work to straighten those arms. And go to where you can, and then we're gonna bend them again. All right, inhale, keeping everything close to the wall, low belly in, low ribs down, straighten, or work to straighten, mine aren't straight, and then bend. Okay, one more. Keep it true, nice and slow, nice and slow, nice and slow. Maybe you can go a millimeter higher. Maybe, and then lower it back down. Keep it here for a moment, and then release. And roll out your shoulders. Okay, so that's a great one to do if you're on your bike a lot and you want to keep yourself strong in your arrow position or in a tuck, right? So keep working this kind of stuff on your upper back. We're gonna take a second to just sit, close your eyes, hands in your lap, whatever feels good. Relax your shoulders down. Maybe take your head a little bit side to side. Settle for a breath. And bring your palms together, Anjali Mudra. And thank your upper back and your shoulders for working with you today. And I thank you for spending some time with me. I know it's kind of hard to find time for yourself, so I appreciate you spending it with me. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Namaste. So as always, drop a comment below, like, subscribe, share with friends. If there's anything you want that you're not getting from this channel, then let me know that too, and I'll try to fit it in. Thanks guys, see you soon.